everybody, to the Outdoor Gear and Review, where we review so you don't have to. Today we will be reviewing the Ozark Trail. I believe this is just a 3-piece set you can buy at Walmart. I don't believe they included the twine, but it has been a while since I made this purchase, so I could be completely wrong. Maybe they do include this. But today we'll be reviewing, is it worth the money or a waste of your time? So let's get started here with this paracord, so they call. Definitely very cheap, but wouldn't hurt to probably pick one up if you're on a budget. Something is always better than nothing in my view. So this stuff actually works pretty decent, especially for wrapping handles, things like that. I would use this for pinching a tent, needing to tie off anything on a tree or stuff like that, or running a clothesline. If you need to dry some wet clothes, you can run it from tree to tree. But this does not have all the options that expensive paracord have. It does not have the fishing line in it, or I believe it's the wire that goes in here. It's just got the little rope. So you can take this all apart and you have a bunch of little strings. You can cut to however long you need. So still, I think this was $1, maybe $2. So for a couple bucks, it's not bad. It's not bad to have in your bag just in case you need it, but there are definitely a lot better options out there than this one. But like I said, for a starter or on a budget, it's worth a pickup. It's only a couple dollars, so take that as what you will. I have used this, just so you know. Like I said, just in case, I used it to wrap the handle of this sheath, just in case I needed some extra paracord and whatnot. I don't have to have it stuffed in a bag. I already have, I think there's roughly probably 10 foot wrapped around this, just in case I need it. It's easy access to get to and quick to pull off. So something like that, this would be pretty handy. Or to keep your hands off of this very thin axe that they give you. Has a pretty nice carrying case. Definitely you get what you pay for here, but the case is nice. It does come with your 3/8, 1/2 inch, and 5/8 wrenches if you need them. Now I could see this coming in handy if you have an ATV or something, but I don't know nowadays if even there's any bolts that you can easily access to properly use this, but that's here nor there. This thing is very thin. Trying to cut anything with any width, unless you're pretty much using this to cut kindling, it's pretty impossible. Even if the wood is extremely dry, you're going to be whacking at that thing for a long time. If your axe does come to a quick stop when you are trying to chop through a piece of wood or to split it, this handle is so thin, even with this paracord wrapped around it, it's pretty brutal on your hands. So like I said, for cutting kindling or anything like that, splitting it, it works perfectly fine, but I would not put this to any big jobs. This is something I would only use probably at an actual campground that's already pre-made. I would not be hiking with this thing. I have my other axe that you know we did a review on. I would definitely pick up something like that. I think this whole kit is only roughly 20 bucks maybe. So like I said, something's better than nothing. If you're on a budget, well then pick it up. This is better than nothing, but you're going to be fighting and struggling to split anything. I would say 3 or 4 inches for logs. If it's extremely dry, you might split it with a couple whacks, but you're going to have to put some force onto it because there is absolutely no weight here. So all the weight's coming from how hard you can swing. Like I said though, the case is pretty nice. And for the money, I guess you can't beat it. If you got no other options, then it's definitely a way to go. So keep that in mind. There is a smaller knife that comes with this 3-piece set. It's exactly the same way. I couldn't find it, but if I can, I'll throw it in another video. Super thin, same paracord. The knife, on the other hand, I would probably get more use out of that than this, but it's still very flimsy. It does sharpen pretty decent, but once you start using it, it will get dull fairly quick. Speaking of that, they do give you a sharpening stone. This is a pretty rough one, so this is mainly just going to be if you do have a dinged up blade or you need to get that little bit of edge. You can see it wears down pretty quick. I've used it to sharpen this knife and the other smaller knife it came with. It does wear down quick, but it does put an edge on it. Now, like I said, the edges don't last long, but it does work in a pinch. Now this thing, I would say it's decent for the knife. Now it is long and bulky. It also does come with this fire starter, the ferrule rod. As you can see here, it is very, very small. So for a pinch, it's all right. Once you start striking it, this instantly will come loose up here, and this will start to slide out. So, which is good. I mean, you can replace it, but there are definitely a lot of better ones on the market for the price. I mean, you can get 2 really nice ones, which I'll do a review on here sometime soon. You can get those for, I think I picked those up for 15-20 bucks, and they are, I believe, a 1/2 inch thick. Very nice ferrule rods. So, but if you do use the back of this blade, it does strike, but as you see here, that pulls out real easy. So you can tap it back in, but it does shoot quite the sparks. So it does work great, but there are a lot better ones on the market. So this thing, surprisingly, when I tried out the saw part, it does work pretty well. For being so cheap, it does work pretty decent. This thing, well, I mean, it works in a pinch. For the price, for this and the saw part, I would say is probably worth it. And the knife's not bad, but this thing will get you by, but there are a lot better options, especially if you're buying these at Walmart. I'm not sure if Walmart's the only one that sells them or not, but there's better options there for about the same price. Now, you're not going to get the whole kit, but it's up to your budget. This is a nice rubber handle. Now, I do not know how far this blade goes in, and I have not tested the durability on that. It is pretty flexible. Like I said, if you're trying to cut through a small tree though, the saw part will work pretty decent. Holding it as a saw is not bad because you do have this stop for your hand, but you are going to get tired pretty quick. So if you do have to resort to buying this kit, I would definitely suggest saving your money as much as you can throughout a few months and trying to get you a decent saw, and you can pick one of those up for relatively pretty cheap. I think the one I have, I'll also show you guys in the future, I believe was around $60, I think. But I hope this helps you guys' decision. I put some string on here just in case I needed it to light a fire or just whatever happens. You never know when you're going to need more string, so you can't have enough of that. But the sheath on this thing is pretty nice. Again, same material as the axe. nothing to hold this in. This will slide out super easy. So if this is not directly on you, both these will slide out very quick. So if your life depends on this, make sure this is put up where you absolutely know where it's at, and you won't lose that, because if you do, you'll be in a world of hurt. But I would definitely not recommend putting my life on the line for these tools. Like I said, to have fun with out at a campground when you're not depending on these things to work, I would say go for it, try them out, have some fun with it. But other than that, I would definitely save my money and get something a lot better. I hope this review helps you guys. If you would, do me a huge favor and subscribe. Definitely leave a comment down below saying you subscribed, and that way we can interact and I can thank you for subscribing. And if you guys have any more videos or any reviews you would like to see, please let me know. I'll be doing one soon of different fire starter options. So stay tuned for that one. That should give you guys plenty of options on different fire starters and options for your choice of bug out bag and how much room you have to stuff to carry. So anyway, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day, and God bless.